Donald Trump's courtroom behavior has landed him in significant trouble. Footage depicts law enforcement officers entering the courtroom to remove Trump after he began berating the judge, violating a gag order. Viewing this footage may elicit substantial amusement, as it shows police forcefully escorting him from the courtroom. This incident has received limited coverage from mainstream media, but we will disclose all the footage in this video. What many anticipated has finally occurred. The former president has been thoroughly humiliated. Despite his belief that he could escape repercussions for his outburst, he faced immense disgrace as police forcibly removed him from the courtroom. Judge Juan has even vowed to impose a severe sentence, promising to escalate the matter further. The lengthy queue of spectators and supporters who had camped out overnight prompted police to respond to reports of a homeless encampment at the trial of former U.S. President Donald Trump. The public spectacle and intense scrutiny of this high-profile case are on full display at this event. As the queue grew, arriving officers quickly assessed the situation and maintained order, revealing the deeply divided and vested interests of the American people in this unprecedented legal ordeal. Good day, dear viewers, and welcome to the daily newsletter. If you are new to this channel, please support us by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to be the first to know when we release a new video. Witnesses and locals noticed the large gathering near the courts on Monday, May 20th, 2024. According to the Raw story, some participants appeared to be carrying camping equipment, blankets, and folding chairs, resembling a homeless encampment. Concerned about public safety, cleanliness, and disturbance, the police were called. Upon arrival, they quickly realized their mistake. The gathering consisted of individuals interested in the high-profile trial, including Trump supporters and journalists, all seeking access to the proceedings. With only a limited number of public seats available, many people spent the night outside the courtroom in hopes of securing a spot. The disappointment of Trump supporter Jane Collins from Pennsylvania was palpable as she expressed her intention to support the president. She stated, "We were prepared for the long wait because we knew it was coming. The suggestion that we were homeless is absurd." After assessing the situation, the police managed the crowd in an orderly fashion, keeping the pavements clear and ensuring everyone followed the rules. The matter was resolved without any citations. Officers briefed the crowd on local amenities and regulations to follow to remain in compliance. Incidents like this one illustrate the sensitivity of high-profile cases, particularly those involving polarizing figures such as Donald Trump. Both the former president's supporters and critics have been meticulously observing his legal battles. When the stakes are high and the circumstances are dramatic, it is common for large groups to camp out, similar to major public events. Consequently, the courthouse has intensified its efforts to manage crowds, maintain order, and minimize disruptions by utilizing barricades and designated waiting areas. Additionally, to prevent any confusion, officials have enhanced public communication by specifying the exact times and locations for gatherings. This incident underscores more systemic issues, such as the visibility and treatment of homeless individuals in urban areas. The initial report highlights widespread concern about the gathering, even if it was not an encampment, and the necessity for effective and humane responses to homelessness. Public sentiment towards the event was divided. Some criticized the police for responding prematurely to a potential issue, while others lauded the group with camping gear for their apparent homelessness. The event cast doubt on public opinion, civic responsibilities, and accurate information. The public and media will undoubtedly be captivated by the scene outside the courthouse as the trial advances. Those waiting in line are evidently committed to witnessing a pivotal moment in contemporary American politics. Millions of people nationwide and globally have been watching the trial with rapt attention. The arrival of the police came at a crucial juncture to maintain civic order and protect the public interest. Authorities must closely monitor such gatherings to ensure they are handled appropriately. The public, media, and Trump's legal team were all taken aback by what transpired in court. Concern and mistrust were aroused when uniformed officers entered the courtroom. Initial suspicion of a security breach led to police involvement on Monday, May 20th, according to Raw's story. Eyewitness accounts suggest that the danger was a breach of courtroom decorum, necessitating prompt action to ensure the participants' safety and the trial's fairness. The police were expected to respond swiftly and prominently. There was an immediate and strong reaction from Trump supporters. Protesters outside the courthouse expressed their displeasure and concerns through various statements. Many onlookers speculated about the police presence in their social media posts and videos, causing event hashtags to trend rapidly and heightening feelings of urgency and unease. Security personnel and the judge briefly halted the court proceedings. It was evident that Trump was furious, as he has characterized the trial as a political attack. His legal team was caught off guard by the sudden turn of events and is now deliberating on the next steps. The unexpected arrival of law enforcement also significantly impacted the courtroom environment. Already tense, the atmosphere became even more charged due to heightened emotions and murmurs. Although rare, legal experts warn that such interruptions could alter the course of a trial, potentially influencing both the participants and the public's perception of the proceedings. The responses of prominent politicians and media analysts varied widely when the news broke. Many of Trump's supporters perceived the police presence as excessive and politically motivated. On social media and news channels, his supporters expressed their support and called for greater transparency regarding the police intervention. In contrast, opponents of Trump argued that the police presence heightened the trial's intensity and unpredictability, emphasizing the necessity of robust security measures to ensure the trial's integrity and participant safety. Authorities must be prepared to respond swiftly to any threats, as high-profile cases often pose unique security challenges. Within hours of the police intervention, the courthouse resumed normal operations, but the incident's effects lingered. The judge delivered a speech about maintaining decorum and order, and the trial continued with heightened security. This unforeseen development served as a stark reminder to Trump and his supporters of the trial's seriousness and the close scrutiny it faced. As the trial progresses, this incident will undoubtedly influence public perception of the trial's fairness and impartiality. On Monday, May 20th, 2024, Trump posted on his X account, stating that his message was made in light of the increased tensions and public curiosity surrounding his judicial proceedings. Due to the Trump litigation, the Manhattan courthouse has gained worldwide notoriety. Courthouse security has been enhanced to manage the influx of media and public, ensure participant safety, and prevent potential disruptions. As expected, Trump compared the courthouse security to that of Fort Knox, underscoring the area's perceived danger. Opponent of Trump, George Conway, responded bluntly, implying that Trump exaggerated the security measures, calling it a fantastic lie even for Trump. Conway contended that while the police presence was significant, it was not as tight as Trump claimed. According to Conway, despite the visible increase in police activity, the courthouse did not resemble a military installation. He observed that more officers were patrolling the area, but it did not create an impenetrable zone as Trump suggested. Photographs and eyewitness accounts corroborate Conway's description of the courthouse, showing increased police activity, officers actively patrolling, and barriers regulating traffic. The purpose of this heightened security is to maintain order, not to seal off the area, which is standard practice for high-profile cases involving prominent individuals. Local authorities confirmed that such measures are standard for high-stakes trials, especially those likely to attract media coverage and public demonstrations. The goals are to ensure public safety and prevent disruptions to judicial proceedings. The competing narratives from Trump and Conway highlight the public relations and political tensions surrounding the former president's legal challenges. In an effort to garner support from his base, Trump may have portrayed himself as a victim, while Conway sought to debunk this narrative and provide a more balanced perspective in his remarks. As a reflection of the current polarization in American politics, where facts are frequently contested, Trump supporters may view his portrayal of the courtroom as evidence of a biased system. There is validity to Conway's assertions that Trump has been deceptive and manipulative. Judge Joan Merchant's recent comments underscore these concerns. By referring to the trial as a kangaroo court, Trump has demonstrated his contempt for judicial procedures. Judge Merchant had previously cautioned Trump against undermining the process or intimidating witnesses, which precipitated his most recent outburst. As the trial intensifies and the number of witnesses expected to testify increases, the former president appears determined to control the narrative surrounding his legal situation. By labeling the trial a ludicrous spectacle, Trump aims to delegitimize the proceedings and garner public support. Such tactics could exacerbate tensions with the judge and compromise the trial's impartiality. Judge Merchant had already warned against witness intimidation and undermining the court process, making Trump's remarks even more significant. Additional infractions could lead to contempt charges or other legal repercussions. By repeatedly referring to the trial as a kangaroo court, Trump discredits the legal system and the judiciary. Such statements from a prominent figure could foster discord and erode public trust in the legal system. According to critics, Trump's strong language paints the trial as a partisan witch-hunt and diverts attention from the serious charges against him. Trump is attempting to rally his supporters and undermine any unfavorable verdict by presenting himself as a victim of an unjust and biased justice system. Legal experts argue that such strategies will harm Trump's defense and have little chance of success. The outcome of the case will be determined by evidence and testimony, not political rhetoric or popular opinion. The world is closely watching the courtroom proceedings, and any developments could significantly impact Trump's legal challenges. His verbal assaults on the trial may be careless or part of a broader strategy. However, the stakes are too high in the legal system for rhetoric that attacks the rule of law. According to Raw Story, which broke the news on May 20th, 2024, President Trump faces numerous charges of falsifying business records related to hush money payments made to an adult film star during his 2016 presidential campaign. Trump expressed frustration to the media, stating that the trial had hindered his campaign activities. "I was supposed to be making a speech for political purposes," he pointed out. "Instead, I've spent the last 12 weeks in a frigid courtroom." He emphasized the perceived unfairness of the situation. As the former president's defense team battles 34 counts of criminal business record falsification, courtroom exchanges have been heated for weeks, leading up to his explosive outburst. He allegedly reimbursed Michael Cohen, his former lawyer, for what were essentially covert hush money payments, although Trump has denied all allegations. Even Trump's political opponents quickly noted his comments. The campaign of Vice President Joe Biden criticized Trump for his actions and legal troubles. In his remarks, President Biden distinguished between the current administration's priorities and Trump's legal battles, suggesting that the trial diverts attention from more pressing national issues. Media outlets have extensively covered the courtroom drama, which has elicited a spectrum of opinions from the public and political analysts. The trial has polarized opinion. Some view it as an effort to discredit Trump's presidency, while others see it as a means to hold him accountable. Outside the courtroom, Trump has made numerous appearances to rally his supporters and assert his innocence. Many of his followers appreciate his fervent rhetoric and accusations of unfair treatment, perceiving him as a victim of a biased justice system. Michael Cohen, one of the key witnesses, has been a focal point of contention for Trump's attorneys throughout the trial. The prosecution heavily relies on Cohen's testimony, which Trump's lawyers have vigorously challenged. The outcome of this high-profile trial, with its far-reaching implications, remains uncertain. If found guilty, the Republican Party and Trump's political career could suffer significant setbacks. Conversely, an acquittal might lend credence to his claims of a witch hunt and galvanize his supporters for any future political endeavors. Despite Trump's disapproval, the unfolding political and legal drama in the Manhattan courtroom keeps him in the spotlight. Judge Juan's sudden termination of the day's proceedings at the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump left the audience intrigued. In an unexpected twist, the trial, which had garnered significant public and media attention, was abruptly halted by Judge Merchan, who appeared irritated throughout the session. Judge Merchan sternly instructed the jury to remain impartial and avoid any external information regarding the case. The judge's abrupt dismissal stunned onlookers. According to journalist Paul Ingracia's account from Monday, May 20th, 2024, just as he was about to say, "Have a good night," he abruptly switched off the courtroom's video communication. He urged the jury not to seek information about the case online or through other electronic means, and warned them against using their phones or texting while in court to safeguard the judicial process. It is vital to note that high-profile cases often heighten tension, and this point was underscored by Judge Merchan's actions. The judge pleading with Robert Costello, a crucial witness, to step down from the stand with Costello's testimony has weakened Trump's case. Tensions in the courtroom escalated as the notorious Costello testified for the prosecution. What appeared to annoy Judge Merchan was the chaotic and unexpected nature of the testimony, described by the audience as fireworks in the courtroom. There have been dramatic moments in what critics term a show trial, but Costello's remarks have introduced an element of unpredictability. Many are concerned about the potential impact on the trial of the day's abrupt session conclusion. According to attorneys, such interruptions might influence the jury's perspective and the case's progression. With the public and media scrutinizing every move, the enormous stakes and immense pressures surrounding this trial were highlighted by Judge Merchan's unexpected actions. The conduct of the witnesses and attorneys continues to shape the trial. Costello's testimony could prove pivotal. His unprecedented remarks have significantly disrupted the prosecution's case. Both parties are strategizing for the next phase of the trial, but recent events have complicated their efforts. The abrupt conclusion and Judge Merchan's disapproval demonstrate the challenges the court faces in handling a prominent case. When the trial resumes after the interruptions, it will be keenly observed. Subscribe if you want to stay informed up to the minute about politics in America. This is American Voice. See you in the next video.